It is a real slumber party.
I brought my backpack. Haley's got her slippers.
Wow.
We're comfy.
Really where our bonding thrived. Would you say that?
Absolutely.
At
In
all of
your
our
dad's house.
Shout out to the doctor. We had numerous slumber parties over there. So we have to address all the things that were going on in our
I brought my
life.
notes today in this Fall Out Boy folder, obviously.
Oh, you gotta meet them, Becca.
That would be my dream. Fully dreaming.
Someone please. But anywho, let's kick things off with a Reddit post that I believe needs our help, Becca. We gotta help this Redditor. Is that what they call them?
Yeah, this Redditor is they're in need of our help. Are millennials not letting their kids spend the night at friends' houses anymore? Is this not a thing? Well, we wouldn't know. We're not having kids.
Absolutely.
All right, I guess we'll dive in and see if we can help.
All right.
I've noticed a trend in parenting that has moved away from kids having more independent time from their parents, and this has caused some strain on friendships. Lately, there's been a lot of discussion here about how millennials don't really use babysitters much anymore, and the cost is pointed out as being the biggest reason. But this leaves me wondering why babysitting is the only thing talked about. I understand not everyone lives close to family that can watch the kids while they go have an adult hangout. But what happened to kids spending the night at friends' houses? It used to be a thing that when kids made friends in school, they would spend the night at each other's houses, and that would serve as a great opportunity for parents to get their adult time. It's not a rising cost issue, so what is it?
Here's what I have to say. I don't want to think about my parents having their adult time.
They were working while we were hanging out. I don't think they were
true.
like doing anything fun.
Well, now I'm like, were they?
Maybe my mom. God bless.
We love you, Sydney.
But it's true. And I will tell you my reason is honestly just the stories that have come out of sleepovers and slumber parties.
It's so sad, but yeah,
some messed up stuff goes down.
There's some messed up people in this world. So I think a lot of it is a safety issue.
Yeah. Like not only, predators in the home, like parents, which is super sad, but also there was a lot of like bullying and like hazing that could go on at slumber parties. Not ours.
Never ours.
Ours were you, me, and maybe Jane.
If we were lucky.
When she was there, we would get up to some stuff, though. She was always, like, stirring the pot.
She was trouble.
She always had a boy she was texting.
And we loved that about her. We lived life vicariously through her so often.
Were we basically catfishing the boys that she was talking to?
Might as well. Might as well be. So, I mean, while we're obviously not parents, if I had to guess why people aren't letting their kids, it's because people are weirdos.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely was on that site, Crime Watchdog, as a kid.
Crime Watchdog.
Do you remember that?
Is that the registry? What is that? Okay.
Yes. And it was like kids could go on and look up their address and see what predators were near them.
Did you ever find out about a predator near you?
Yeah, I did. How did you know? Maybe I've told you this story, Haley.
I don't know, Becca. Say more.
There was a friend of a friend who would drive me to like the movies, the mall, and it was her dad who would drive us. And my friend and I looked up like our address and we found him as
sad.
a mile away, and we recognized him, and we found out he was, a literal child.
Oh no!
It's a child. I'm sorry, we can bleep that, but
whoa, Becca.
I decided personally not to go in his car anymore. I don't know if we ever shared with our parents that we found that, but we just decided that wasn't for the best.
I'm glad you were in a place where you could make that decision.
I mean, at 14, I knew.
Good.
You don't get in a car with a weirdo.
You can't.
At least if they're not a kid. If it was a teenage weirdo, that's different. But
yeah,
an older man.
For his daughter, though, because obviously she knows people. That was a sad situation, so...
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, on a higher note, shall we read another note?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's kind of cute that our parents, even though they trusted us at sleepovers for so long, they never met.
No, as you'll hear in this note that I read next, we have plenty of sleepovers, and our parents met last year.
They met in 2023.
Yes.
So what does that say about them?
I guess we'll see.
They just trusted us so much. They knew that we wouldn't get up to trouble.
They didn't do their research.
So I do have a note here.
Oh, perfect.
We're going to just hand this over.
My handwriting gets better over time, and that makes me proud.
I love this purple pen you were using, too.
Thank you. It reads, Dear Rebecca, hey, does anyone have a mariachi band that I can take a picture with to put on my MySpace? I like blueberry muffins. Oh, that was a quote from someone in our class. Megan. That's something I can't say the last name because I feel like.
Yeah. But I think we were like kind of making fun that she was doing a lot of photo shoots for MySpace.
She was doing a lot of photo shoots for MySpace. Wow. Who were we to judge anyone for that?
We should not have been judging.
We were in no position to judge that or question that. Anyhow, I'm glad Jane's off your top.
What does that mean? Top. Your top 8. Did you not get?
Oh my God, I'm glad Jane's off your top. That's dark. Okay. I love and miss you so much, Cheetah, and I'm so upset you couldn't chill today. Please promise me another sleepover soon with sunships, plant stealing, and pranking people with Lil Mama and Avril Lavigne.
Themes of our friendship: pranks, stealing,
shoplifting
Jane.
For sure. But we ate sunships for breakfast a lot, and that's a disturbing thing to say out loud, but
that was us, like, romanticizing our life. Like, we have $5. What are we going to get? A bag of giant sun chips, and we're going to share them.
We have to face our truth, and that's just what it was. I just remembered I forgot to ask you, how was Paramore and Jimmy Eat World? We're going to see Jimmy Eat World together at the festival.
I wish Paramore was going to be at that. Oh, I love them.
What's that? I wish we went to the Rocket Summer. He just has so much love in him. Wow, we really rode hard for the Rocket Summer.
We love the Rocket Summer. It's on every album. Like, every CD I got you, I made you with my own bare hands. There was some sort of Rocket Summer theme.
Wow. Okay. How's Pat the Cat, Chuck Norris, Justin, Lisa, and Libby?
Who are Justin and Lisa? I know who Pat the Cat is.
We'll never know.
Pat the Cat was, I don't think we've talked about him. He was the cat that would enter my home.
So Becca once had a cat that would just go inside.
It wasn't our cat. It would just enter our home every day when the slider was open. And we had other cats. He probably liked the food. He probably liked the litter box, and he would just utilize them. So that was Pat the Cat. I would send her photos, and he was just part of my family. I hope he's doing well. Yes. He's definitely dead.
No, cats can live quite long.
This was like 20 years ago.
Okay, stop it. They can live quite long. Tell Cindy I say hi, or I can just text her again. I was texting your mom.
I'm not surprised.
Not surprised. I wish I was still texting.
You can text Cindy.
I got to text her. I was looking for Wixelstein brownies on YouTube the other day, but I couldn't find it.
Oh my gosh, that is such a throwback right there.
So that was one night when we decided we were going to embark on our YouTube fame. Becca and I made a video entitled Wixelstein Brownies, and it was not original.
No, we were copying muffins.
We were just changing the bakery item.
Yes, and we literally did the same thing. I think we tried to light a brownie on fire.
Did it work? It didn't make us go viral. To this day, I don't understand. But I digress. I'm so ashamed of freshman year. Excited to start driver's ed? It's May 24th, right?
Oh my God, you remembered my exact date first?
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
It was probably months away and you were still just counting it down.
Honestly, yeah. We have to assume.
Yeah.
Sagwa, which is referring to the Siamese cat.
On PBS.
On PBS. You better be going to North next year. When will you know for sure?
You were desperate. I was too, obviously.
I wanted Becca to go to high school with me so bad.
I know.
One of these weekends, you're coming over and we're going cruising, Kay? That's pretty much the gist, you guys. The rest is lyrics, so.
Yeah, and also, I don't know if we had cars yet, so what were we cruising on? Like, literally, what?
I think, well, I was looking forward to being in driver's ed.
Oh,
you know?
I know.
Oh, we were going to be cruising, and we do.
We do still.
We're cruising together.
We both kind of hate driving now, but back then we loved it.
It's
so
kind of sad that it's turned into that, but
yeah,
that's what life is like. But at slumber parties, we were obviously updating our MySpace pages. When we weren't doing that, though, it's time to spill our truth, Becca, about what we were up to.
We were catfishing boys
At all times. We were catfishing.
That's just what we were doing.
What is your most memorable catfish experience?
There's several. I would say just any time that Jane had a new man and we would like physically take her phone from her and become her.
I guess that counts, right?
That's catfishing.
She was there and she approved, I think, right?
Yeah, we were fully like trying to have these men fall in love with us, not her.
Why?
I don't know.
No wonder she doesn't try to contact us at all.
Horrible. What else were we doing? What else were we up to?
So my favorite catfish story about myself is something I think it's time that I finally come clean about. And that was actually even pre-high school. So we weren't friends yet. You weren't in my life to stop me from this madness.
Okay.
I would catfish on AIM as Daniel Clark, who is the actor that plays Sean on Degrassi.
Of course.
But you know, but I don't,
I'm shocked that you were able to get away with this. Did no one recognize? Like, I guess it is America, and that's a Canadian show.
It's a Canadian show that I feel like our classmates didn't appreciate as much as you and I. You know, that...
Did you pretend he was, like, a new kid in Nashua?
No, I think I pretended he was the actor. Like, straight up just the guy.
That's so funny, because, like, you probably were convincing some people that they were talking to him.
I'm not proud of it, but it gave me a lot of laughs, and I thrived off of it.
I think this just shows that we weren't cool enough to have any boys really talking to us at this point.
Well, we got there.
Oh, eventually we did.
We got there. I remember you recently unlocked a piece of my memory that hadn't been touched in a while when you brought up us inviting boys to come talk to us on my dad's porch.
Like an interview spot.
Like, talk to that.
It was like, picture freshman year, and we're just trying to like get to know our classmates. So Haley would like spend a night hanging out with a different group of boys to see if they were cool. And she would invite them to her dad's house, and he wouldn't let them inside, so we would all hang out on the porch.
Right.
And I don't think that he was like around, so he gave us the space we needed to be like cool and flirty and awkward and that normally it didn't go anywhere. We didn't do anything crazy, but we thought we were cool because it was a comfy porch. It was a nice porch.
It's a lounging porch. Like, you gotta give it that much. If you had to hang out on a porch, it was a good one.
We would have up to like 7 boys on that porch.
What were the intentions of these boys?
To suss them out.
That was our intention.
Yes.
What were their intentions?
I don't want to know. Fucking terrifying.
That was a dark time.
Yeah.
That was a dark time.
No, we never got hurt. We never got... Your dad was there with a gun.
Oh, that's... I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He was watching through a video camera. See what was going.
My dad. So, I mean, I guess to bring it back to the Reddit post, maybe you shouldn't let your kids have sleepovers.
Ours were unhinged.
They're just going to be catfishing people.
And we didn't go to my house. And that was because that was unhinged in another way.
We did not go to your house often. It was usually my dad's house. And just the fact that we were never predated on is a blessing for us.
It really is. Like, I think it's because we kept our circle small other than the boys on the porch.
We kept it on the porch. My dad was onto something with that.
But what about when you went to your mom's house? That was a little different.
We don't need to give Doreen a heart attack.
Not gonna tell.
I don't know. I think Doreen has suffered enough. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Doreen, let's just say, worked at night. And it was a great, what would you call it, apartment complex?
It was a complex that we treated as our playground.
We got away with too much in this apartment complex. And an activity I enjoyed was inviting boys over to the pool.
You don't think your mom knows? To this day? She doesn't know?
No, she doesn't know I was having boys at the pool.
They weren't at the house, though.
Hey, see, that was a lesson I learned from my dad's, is just keep it outdoors. What's
Keep it
gonna
in the
happen?
public.
Yeah, it was like a safer thing. Was it?
Gosh. Well,
Hard to say.
That pool was never used, so you were probably like alone on like a villa pool with like a man.
I hate that for me. I cringe at the memory.
Like there was
the thought
never
of that.
anyone at that pool, so you were definitely alone in a body of water with a naked man.
I'm upset. I'm upset and I hate that. And I'm so sorry to everyone involved.
Sorry, Doreen.
I'm so
we love
sorry.
you.
Well, as if it couldn't get any weirder, next episode, we're really getting into what's become one of our favorite pastimes. We're going to talk about the first time we smoked weed.
Back when we were green. Back when we were green to the weed.
Pure, innocent. That's where it all went downhill.
Truly. I heard that, I read in a scientific study that smoking weed once as a teenager changes your brain chemistry forever.
Oh, we're proof.
So we got to do some analysis. We got to do some digging.
We have some research to do, but until then, big shout out to Black Owl Studios in Portland for producing this beautiful podcast. Thank you so much. Call them for all your production needs. Until we meet again to talk about the devil's lettuce. If you're not a subscriber yet and don't have access to all of our episodes, in the meantime, before the next one drops next Fever Dream Friday, you can follow us on social media where, Becca?
Fever Dream Diaries on Instagram.
Boom.
Fever Dream Diaries Pod on TikTok.
Ooh.
And then feverdreamdiaries.com for everything else that you could ever imagine and dream of.
And make sure to not only follow the podcast on Spotify, but why not, while you're there, follow the official Fever Dream Diaries playlist that Becca so graciously curated.
For every episode.
For every episode. You're so good.
I just agreed to that.
She just agreed to it. Now she has to do it.
You don't think I'm going to be upset about making throwback playlists? I'll just do it at work. I don't care.
So,
I'm listening to music while working. It's fine. Perfect. Okay.